it can't be about Kaizer Chiefs because they've got a coach.
Yes, and again, integrity-wise, diplomacy-wise, professionally, you as Rhulani Mokwena, I would expect you to say that because that is how you respect other clubs that have coaches.
Colleagues too.
Yes, people on the same wavelength as you. We could have the other conversation because there's a vacancy.
Yes, and I think Coach Nabi has. I've said it and I will say it again. I've spent some time now because I've missed South African football. I've missed quite a bit, and I'm just using this time to catch up. So I'm watching a lot of South African games. I'm one of I've finished the whole competition of the Nedbank Cup.
Oh.
And I must say that I was really impressed with how Kaizer Chiefs went on to win the Nedbank Cup, beating Stellenbosch, beating Sundowns, beating Pirates. At a time when there was a lot of noise, a lot of doubts, a lot of pressure on the coach and his staff, and to do that, it's not very easy. Of course, it's a great club. It's of course got the pressure of doing well, also in the domestic league. But I think that winning the Nedbank Cup and delivering the first title and the way they did it, not only just winning it, but the way they did it in beating other big teams to win it. I think Coach Nabi has earned credit. Sometimes as coaches we need that. We need credit sometimes and I think he's earned the credit to be given an opportunity to continue to resurrect.
Hey guys, ngixolisa njengoba ngishilo ngathi the network is not looking good this side, but I've tried alternatives, and we are going to continue with the video because I feel like isheshenje yavala. But anyways, like I was saying, guys, I do agree with Coach Nabi, Coach Rhulani Mokwena, when he says Nabi did something that he still needs more time to make sure what he does resurrect, because the pressure that was there at Kaizer Chiefs for him to be able to perform, and we have to look at things in a different way rather than looking at them aside early one, thinking no, he's not the good coach that we need because Gulik is not performing. To be honest, when we signed him, a lot of us, we were just expecting one trophy, and then also we're expecting at least to Klalagupi, number 4, number 5, actually to finish in the top 8. So yes, we did not manage to finish in the top 8, but we did manage to lift the trophy in 10 years. And there's an important part, how he did it, how we played on those cup competitions. Yes, we did not win Black Label, but we did bring home a Nedbank Cup, we did bring home a Makufa Cup, we did bring home another friendly tournament cup. So that shows you that there's a possibility for us to be able to win trophies. The only problem with Abajita, for me, I don't necessarily blame the coach alone. I do blame also Abajita because sometimes they get tired, they don't perform the way they need to perform. Nkombula, we were complaining, guys. We were always complaining, especially Gulik. We were always complaining with Abajita. They create chances, but they do not use them. Abajita, they are creating chances, but they are not using them. Abajita, they are creating chances, but they are not using them. So that is something that we do have to look at, and then we ask ourselves how. If Abajita, they are getting chances, but they are not using them. And then when you look at the cup competition, they were using those chances. They were making sure they capitalize on some of those chances that they've created. But on the league, they can't do so. What is the problem? What is happening? That they use the same momentum that they used on the cup competition. Because let's be honest, we had no match with Nedbank Cup. That's why we won it. It's because we had no match. Every team that we went up against, they lost because they could see Kaizer was the better team. We performed better. So why are we failing to replicate the same thing with league? It's not like we've changed the style of play. We are playing the same style of play. Yes, we might blame the coach and say, but this style is not working for us in Chipa United sipacabulile. Stellenbosch FC, we've made sure to beat them. Orlando Pirates, Spashayile, Mamelodi Sundowns, Spashayile. A lot of teams that are playing with Betway Premiership, Spashayile. And when you look at how we played compared to how we played on the Nedbank Cup, it was different. It was different. You could see with Tabachita, their fighting spirit is very much high than when we were playing on the league. So that is the question that I'm asking myself. But Genzo Ayini, what makes the players not to compete at the same level mentally when it comes to playing the good league where we are supposed to make sure? We've lost a lot of games, a lot of silly games. Some girls we lost about 1-0. More big game you could see with Tamara. Come on, this game we were not even supposed to lose that game. We were supposed to win. Ngapa good league, when we score one goal, it's done. But on the Nedbank Cup, when we scored a goal, we made sure that we come back. Even if they scored first, best corner, and we were there, and we made sure we said deliver in terms of the result. So, guys, let's be honest. Coach did prove something at the club, and it's something that we can't take away. No matter what, no matter one, that is something that we cannot take away. So, I don't know what is going to happen Bafetu as time goes on, but so far, whether we like it, whether we don't like it, is part of the squad and will be joining us when we go to in Netherlands. Now, Thabiso Monyana is another player who's likely to come and join us. It looks like it's promising in Dabayake, but I'm not too sure where they are standing currently. But I do have to say, with Monyane Bafetu, I don't feel like I have the same problem with Monyane as I do with Opasakamako. But Nakona, I'm not going to hold it against him. I hope he does wonders at the team. I just don't wish or hope Omjita doesn't give us what we need, you understand? Because as we are signing him, all eyes will be on him and will be looking to see what he's going to do. Now, people thought or assumed QP has a problem with free agents. I don't have a problem with free agents. We have to look at the players that we're signing. I've emphasized this for the past few days. No, even Master Chef. I don't have a problem with Master Chef joining Kaizer Chiefs. Yes, we do know he has that problem. But there was a point that was made by Cameron, and I was happy because he said, what if we sign him and I figure I'll be better? What if he can be better and not give us the troubles that he was giving other teams? I'm not too sure whether it can happen, but Connor, I would love to have the addition of that player because he's not just a free agent, but he's a quality player. That is something rare. And not to go to Pume because he was not getting game time. No. Now, there's something that we have to look at. Agapumanga, because he did not get game time. No, Opome because of a certain attitude, certain misconduct that happened. So you can clearly see which those are two different free agents, you understand? And there are players, this player definitely is one that we can use. And then the other ones you can see with this one, I'm not too sure. I'm not even too sure what he's going to give to us. So, like I've said, I have no problem. And besides, I'm not the coach. I'm not the management. For me, my job is to be a supporter and follow Kaizer Chiefs and make sure some of the exclusive news because we do want to know and we are waiting for everything to happen. But other than that, I do not know, guys. So yeah, I do agree with Coach Rhulani Mokwena how Nabi did it in terms of making sure what he brings back. Like, it's very important. We only look at the result, but look at how we played on the pitch, on the field of play. Look at how Kaizer Chiefs was attacking, playing, combining, everything. We did everything right except for the final third. That's the only problem. In terms of midfield, in terms of how we were playing, for me, this season was by far better. To be honest, it was by far better because even when we lost the game, you could see it. No, Abajita, they're playing well. Inkinga, Ilya, Yalapa Pambil. You understand? So, yeah, that is something. So, I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think. But I definitely do agree with Coach Rhulani Mokwena. Obviously, he's one of the best coaches. So if he can see something like this, then who am I to judge and say, no, we do see it. We don't need to turn a blind eye off in something like this that we can see clearly. Okay, yeah, definitely, Umjita does have a point. So that was something we have to look at. And then a few comments quickly. Snoguhle. Okay, and then we have Ulwazi. Are we not getting Saling Vele? Because it looks like we are not getting MasterChef too. Yeah, because of his discipline. I felt like Kaizer just might not sign him because of his discipline. Because if that was the case, Nabi Tala Sam Jampela, just like with Sereno did not last long. You know what, Manga Puma, we jumped same time. You understand? So with the MasterChef, Sipombule, I'm not too sure whether we are going to sign him. We have to look at how Kaizer Chiefs do things. You understand? So I'm not too sure. Guys. And then Saling Naye, let's just forget about him. I don't think we're going to get him. And then Spewer. How many players have we signed so far? Bafo Marco is the only one I know of so far. Yeah, currently is the only one. I haven't heard anything in terms of other players, but we haven't signed any new players currently. It's only Opaseka Marco so far. And then he is quality, discipline only, strict contract. Definitely we can do something like that just to protect our interest also. The Chiefs man miss Nabi so much also. Exactly. We're only blaming the coach, but what about the players? Are they not affecting, how the coach is supposed to work? That is something that we have to